Our host, Dr. Mohhamed. Dr. Mohhamed, how are you? Here we go.
Good.
I want you to tell me the latest in AI. AI is exploding. There's so much out there. And I
Mhm.
think it's really confusing people because people just rely just on ChatGPT. What are your thoughts?
Yes, and especially with the release of ChatGPT 5. So it kind of brought ChatGPT to the discussion. And for those who have been using ChatGPT 5, they have implemented what we were talking about. You remember a couple of weeks back? They brought the whole full agentic orchestrator mode. So now we can run code and run the interface and display, pop up whatever you want inside the chat. So this is bringing a lot of attention to back to ChatGPT when the attention was going down and we were struggling with a lot of things. I think there has been a big push.
But are you happy with this total thing that's happening?
So I'm happy with the direction, and I think it's going to be very useful. But I can see also that you remember we were talking that some smaller AI companies, they were like catching up to the sections where the big AI guys, they were not very good. Yeah. So I was using tools like Replit or Lovable that allows you using AI models to generate websites and software. So you can create your own software.
Right.
So ChatGPT 4 and 4.5, it was good at giving you snippets of code, but it will never put it together as a software and run it so that you can see it, run it on your computer. And now they bridged that. So now those small companies were ahead of OpenAI by, like, let's say a mile or half a mile. And then for a year and a half or 2 years, OpenAI was behind. And now OpenAI jumped all the way like 2 miles ahead again at that for that specific thing.
And
Yeah.
see, yeah, so that's why I always think that it's not worth building the tools. It's worth teaching and education and building out things for someone else's software because that software is going to be gone and then it's going to be done.
Yeah. And you're
It's
gonna
obsolete.
regenerate it again. You're gonna
Right,
regenerate it again.
because yes, now Claude's ahead of ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT is going to be ahead of Claude, and Claude, it's going to be a constant
Yes.
education where you're not going to be able to just figure it out. Like, oh, I get it. Right, and like
Yeah.
I'm really interested in Cursor. I want to start learning how to use Cursor
Yes.
because that's what I'm hearing a lot on marketing school podcasts. What I recommend is you listen to the big boys, you listen to big agencies if you're marketing. If you listen to anyone that utilizes AI, you spend your time listening to them because Cursor could speed up your work, can it? Do you use Cursor?
Yeah, I use Cursor and I use another one than Cursor. I tried Cursor, but it's the same thing. It's called ID, the development environment. I use GitHub Copilot, which is similar to Cursor. But yeah, these tools are fantastic because you can speak what you want to do, and then the AI will build that software for you.
How hard is Cursor to use, by the way?
It's not that difficult. The good thing with Cursor is that it is able to use all the AI models plus AI agents, and it got very good at also developing what they call MCP servers. So you can call upon a lot of functionalities and throw them into your software flow. So for that, it got very good at that. And you're right, Cursor has got a lot of attention, especially I would say with the marketers and the web agencies. They picked up Cursor a lot.
Because what can Cursor do? It can help you create code, pretty much. Like
Not only
explain that.
code, like a whole software with different pieces of the code. This one does image analysis, and then once the image analysis is done, it goes into a database, and then we do this, and then we create an interface for our user. The whole software.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a super big opportunity. It's exactly what we were talking about, I think, a couple of weeks back when we were saying business managers will become developers and developers are becoming product designers. So it's like getting more and more like that. The tools are giving us more and more of those powers.
And because the people who were the developers, even the web developers, can't get business because they don't know how to get sales. So then now other people are just like, well, we don't need a developer anymore. So take them out of the mix. And they're not
Yeah.
able
Oh,
to sell themselves as marketers or salespeople. So they pretty much are obsolete and people can't understand them. Before, No one can understand them, and they're the only people that could have done it.
So they are making so yeah, that's one way to look at it, and it is happening definitely. But also the same way that is happening to the business people becoming now almost like developers. Developers are learning fast with AI, and whatever they don't know at sales and so on, they kind of patch it up, and their technical knowledge now comes inside the product development, and they kind of find a new edge. So not all the developers are able to make that transition, but many developers are making that transitions. And now they are learning the business side to get the AI to develop a software that would have taken them a year to develop. They will get it developed by AI in like a week, and throw it in the market and see if it works, and then learn the other side of it: customer support, sales, marketing, growth, whatever they were missing.
It's nuts. It's so that's where I'm excited is I now can, based on, yes, I will hire developers at times. It won't be all AI. I can expand my marketing agency to everything. I
Yeah.
never thought I would do that. And then the secret sauce I have, and Dr. Mohhamed, I know you'll agree with me, is I'm a radio guy. I can produce podcasts.
Yeah.
Most podcast producers cannot do marketing or development or tech stuff, right? So it just puts me
Yes.
in a different hemisphere. And that's the exciting part of it. I mean, I wanted to kind of get more of your thoughts on that, but what do you think of that?
I think I would say that is the best uh, progress you can make is when you are a specialist in a specific discipline and you adopt AI, and AI empowers you further and extends your spectrum of possibilities. That's exactly what is happening with you, is that you were already skilled, you were already at the top of the game in that, and you were having already a combination of skills that the regular market doesn't have in one person. Yeah. So when you have that kind of profile as a human and you put AI, and that human accepts to integrate AI like you do and use it, that's the best leverage.
Because then, hey, we could do everything. And then it comes back to,
Yeah,
then you have, and you could go into the, hey, we could do traditional marketing too. Why? Because we could do PR, because I've been in this industry for 15 years. The
exactly. Yeah.
greatest thing is jack of all trades, master of none. That's what they
Yes.
thought, but it's not true. It's jack of all trades, master of none, but it's better than a master of one. And that is, it's the thing that people didn't get is, they people just got so relying on specialists
Yeah.
just because the market showed that. Now your specialist is AI. You can ask AI anything, it could become that specialist for you. And they can
Yes.
specialize in any industry for you, which gives so much opportunity. But also, it goes back to having some bunk softwares that are going to be created that are going to be easily duplicated that you could do with ChatGPT. That's one thing I get
Yeah.
so nuts at. I'm like, dude, ChatGPT can do that. You
Yes. Yes.
expound on that
You're
one. But I mean, this is such the wild, wild west.
It is, and I think I watched the demo. I think it was an OpenAI demo where the guy just asked ChatGPT to create Excel. You know how much money Microsoft spent in creating Excel and how many developers were engaged, and the AI popped it up in like 7 minutes, almost an Excel-like working candidate. Maybe you need like another 10% polishing, but it popped up Excel in 7 minutes. How can this be humanly comparable? You know?
This is again, this really frustrates people. I'm working with a client now, and he's absolutely blown away by me because what I'm showing him firsthand, he's like, "Are you kidding me? This could be done?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it could be done." And he's like, "Really?" And it can duplicate you. However, it's got to have someone driving it. Do you ever
Yeah.
think AI is going to be that you won't need to drive AI? AI will drive itself.
Not yet, not yet, because just like we were talking with Paul and Frank, sometimes AI right now is still getting in some sort of
Yeah,
weird
but do you
loop.
think they'll ever allow it to the public for it to drive itself? No.
No, it's too dangerous. For just from a security perspective, I think the governments and so on, they will want to cap the AI. And if they use it, they may use it in certain disciplines, maybe military security, and even there they will contain it. I don't think they will let AI develop truly into an AGI. Uh, um, like a fully independent being, intelligent being. Yeah, we will always, that's what we have at the moment. It's a capped AI, even though it's so nice and it does so many things. I'm sure it's capped from a legal perspective and an
It sounds like
authoritative
it.
experience. It is,
It's yeah. It's like really so that's the other thing. And marketing is going to be completely different. So let's talk about what's new with Artilla. I mean, we could
yeah.
hype all the different things, but I'm really excited about the new product launches coming in September and how I can model them and be a resource to people about creating AI automations for their business. Go ahead.
Yes, so we in the last year we also saw all these developments of AI and AI agents and so on. So we revamped the whole of Artilla to integrate AI inside Artilla, but also to make Artilla manipulable by other AI models. So now you can basically inside Artilla, the new version that is coming on September 1st, you will be able to chat to create an automation project. You don't have to go and create the elements and link them and then go into the code, into the page and say, give me that. You can just say, this is a trade fair. Go into the trade fair, go for every exhibitor page and get me the phone number, the email, the address, and so on, and the logo, and put it in an Excel-like table. And you just write it up like this, and then it will create the Artilla project and run it for you and get you the data. So that's what we integrated to go from prompt to data.
That's fabulous. And
Yeah, it will.
so and prompt to data. So what types of things can it do?
All the things that we were doing together, like for example, you can tell it to go to LinkedIn and get all the, I don't know, managers of something, get me the first name, last name, profile URL, and it will use your browser and it will go into LinkedIn with your session and then get all the data for you. And you can tell it go slowly enough not to get banned, for example. So all this last time we had to code it when we were doing together, you remember? I had to code everything manually and then give the logic and the selector. It took a lot of time. So now you can just speak to the AI model and build automations like that. So whatever you're doing now in the marketing, you will be able to also do it at the automation level with Artilla by using AI.
And what are the companies that work with you? That they sell it and white label it themselves? This prop?
Yeah. So we have in Artilla what we call a compiler. So once you develop an automation and it works well, you can compile it into your own software, like an executable software, and you can give it to your client. He will not know it was Artilla. It will be just a software that does what you want it to do. It will take an input from your user and then does the processing and then give the output to your user.
And then they could do the same types of stuff.
Yes, they will use your software and you can license it. And actually, you've built it with Artilla, that software. So we are specialized in automation software, not just any software, but automation software. You can build your own automation software and sell it to the market.
Wow. Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. We've been working very hard on this. It took hours and hours, but we got it. And because now we are completely aligned with the AI wave, you could also very soon ask ChatGPT to do something and then tell it, now that process, turn it into an Artilla project. And then it will be able to give you a file, a JSON file, and then you import it in Artilla, and that will be a functional software that was done outside of Artilla. But because we use the same language and the same format, we're able to create Artilla projects by an AI and then import them and run them inside Artilla. That's also a very good opening for our users.
All right. Well, best place people can go is rtila.com. There's so many topics with AI that we're going to be talking in the next couple of weeks. I'll be really excited. I appreciate it, Dr. Mohhamed. Thanks for stopping by.
Pleasure.
All right, that's
Likewise.
special.